Welcome to SobelCo Insights. In this session, we will be discussing manufacturing in New Jersey. Hi, my name is Brad Muniz. I'm the partner in charge of assurance practice at SobelCo. With me today is John Kennedy, CEO of New Jersey Manufacturing Extension Program. John, thank you for joining me. There's a lot of questions I have regarding manufacturing and what we have to consider. But before I get into some of my current and future questions, I have to talk about the recent history and go back into COVID. And how has manufacturing fared during this whole COVID period in New Jersey?
Well, first, thanks for having me, Brad. Appreciate, Sobel's a great partner to NJEDA and the industry. Well, we fared pretty well. We have 10 to 11,000 companies that manufacture in New Jersey, and worked very closely with Governor Murphy and his team to key manufacturing off as essential. People didn't realize how essential, but when you shut down for months, if not years at a time, you still need to eat, you still need medication, you still need clothing, you still need gasoline and electrical power, and all of those are manufactured. So the manufacturers fared well in being busy. They struggled a heck of a lot with people at work and trying to keep their people safe.
Right. And that's, see, it's interesting you say that, and it hadn't even dawned on it. You said gasoline, they need to eat and everything. I mean, New Jersey was one of the biggest producers of gasoline over the years with Standard Oil, and then the pharmaceuticals came in. We need to really keep that in the state, and the state has tried, and with your help of bringing companies, addressing companies, so I want to thank you for that and keeping them strong during COVID. What do you think the biggest issues still facing the industry are going to be in New Jersey?
Well, there's a few, but the biggest two that come to mind, first of all, finding people, finding skilled people. We have a low unemployment rate, but are people underemployed? Are people stop looking, and so on? We need individuals that are highly skilled and capable to run machines, to program machines, to repair machines. Engineers, we need accountants, cost accountants, because if you're not making a profit, don't make it.
Right.
So there's a lot of aspects, and people are the number one. The number two, though, is regulation. In a state like New Jersey, it's difficult. So we have tried very hard with various groups at the government. Governor Murphy's team, the EDA. DEP, Business Action Center, caucus, because they don't want alleviation from the rules. They understand they live here,
right? But
they want answers, and they need answers to move their businesses forward. So those are the two big things.
And we'll keep other tax and politics as, but the regulations, I think, is one of the things that hurts businesses within New Jersey, and hurts New Jersey retaining the businesses. And I know the EDA, you mentioned their name, has done a really good job at trying to keep businesses in or bringing businesses into the state. And with partnerships like you of giving them education and guidance really helps to support and build a business. Now, I know that New Jersey has started coming out with some sort of programs. Is there any particular way that New Jersey's helped to support bringing in the programs, bringing in manufacturing businesses into the state?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some, movement forward on a lot of fronts. I mean, offshore wind, again, some people don't agree with it, but you know what? It's a good way to produce energy. And 70% of those offshore windmills are manufactured product. So certainly we can't manufacture everything, but we can manufacture a chunk in this state. Sure. And that's really good for us. Other areas is that, and I'm not a political guy, whoever gets elected as president or governor is my president governor. Then
That's who you have to work with.
and I support them because that's the way it works for my mind. But Governor Murphy has really worked with us and asked for, some wish lists of things from MEP and the industry, and we provided with them. And then some of that has come to be in the upcoming, NJEDA MVP program, which is for capital equipment, $20 million. That's a lot. I've never seen it in my career, and I've owned companies in New Jersey. So there's some really good things that are happening, and I do believe the NJEDA has done a hell of a job in the last 5-6 years. Choose New Jersey is a good group going out there fighting for, what we need to do. Are we getting everything done perfectly? Who is?
Right. Yeah, you mentioned the MVP program. I read about it, and I thought it was a great idea they came out with, and the companies need to know to be on top of these things, and it's organizations like yours that remind them about this, because you don't want to miss these programs. You don't want to let the others that are always in tune keep getting the programs. When you saw some of the SBA stuff come out. So I like the voucher program that they have, and there are certain criteria spelled out very clearly. The people should look for that. And you mentioned wind. I remember I traveled one time from Los Angeles to Palm Springs, and you go through the valley, and there are just hundreds, probably thousands of these turbines going. And you sit there saying, how come we don't have that? There's wind everywhere. Maybe certain places there may not be. I won't say everywhere. 99% of the places. We have to be able to use it and harness it in some way. I'm not being an advocate in any way. I'm saying for manufacturing, it helps with many different ways. Companies are looking at ESG now, environmental, societal, and governance. It helps with that concept. It helps with bringing in certain jobs, bringing in other aspects. And I know that Tim Sullivan from the EDA was really supporting and came out in favor of it.
Yeah, offshore wind, by what, and I'm no expert, I'm the proverbial dumb engineer, so I've done a lot of reading and a lot of review on these areas. And offshore wind, because of prevailing winds and things of that nature, is actually more efficient than a lot of the wind that's across the plains and things of that nature, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. So there is some, ways to do it and do it better. No answer is correct. Coal, natural gas, oil, whatever you say, solar, wind, there's no pure answer. So let's use the best possible, technologies.
I'm thinking about how you just said that, and there should be a phrase, and I can't think of one off the top of my head, but no answer is correct, but no answer is not correct either.
Well, right. If you ignore it, what change happens?
Exactly. There was another program that came out, it's called the Federal CHIPS, which stands for Creating Helpful Incentives to Produce Semiconductors. Now, again, during this recent history, we heard all of this about the chips people couldn't get, they were not available, held up a lot of production. I have a client in New Jersey, manufacturing client in New Jersey, and they created their own chips. Mm-hmm. And they have for years, and they had no problem because of this. And I know the federal government passed the Federal CHIPS Act. Is there any aspect of that you think is going to help the manufacturing within New Jersey?
Very much so. MEP, the national network, worked very hard. And what I mean by the national network, it's 51 centers. There's a center in every state in Puerto Rico. And we have a advocacy committee, which I happen to sit on, and we work very closely with our federal legislators, not only in New Jersey, but across the country. And yeah, obviously semiconductor chips are, very, very important, but there's some other things in there that can certainly benefit states like New Jersey. There's about 30 companies that do some type of manufacturing of their own chips, most of them small companies in New Jersey, like your client. But there's thousands of companies that use them or alter them in their production. Right. So, it's very important. So there's what they call Manufacturing USA Institutes. There's 15 of them now. New Jersey doesn't have one. Well, they're looking at adding 3. We should get one.
Right.
There's what they call regional innovation hubs that's inside this bill. Again, maybe on offshore wind, we should get one. The educational work that we've done, not only NJMEP, because we're only a small part of it, but working with the County College Consortia, working with our CTE, VOTEC schools, we're starting to bridge that gap of that need for people. So there's funding in there as well, and I think that in some cases, we lead the way on some of these areas. The problem in New Jersey, though, is that a lot of times we don't work well together, and we need to in order to secure this.
New Jersey has always been an extremely innovative state. I think it's been overlooked for years. And unfortunately, because us not working together has pushed people away. And if we start working together, the amount of innovation that could come back out of this state could just be astounding. And I know with supportive groups like yours could definitely help this. I've gone over your website, we've known your organization for years, and people should look at your website because the training that's provided that will help the companies. That's one tiny piece of your organization, but just looking at that, I thought was great because I'm part of a lot of training at the New Jersey Society of CPAs, and providing that value to members and organizations. I appreciate that you give that back to the members.
Well, as you said, we're not an association so much as we are a trainer and a consultant, and then we have advocacy area because somebody has to.
Have to.
But we benefit greatly, or at least our client base does, with relationships, as you guys know, our affiliates, and like Sobel's an affiliate, because we can't do what you guys do. It's not we're technical, we're business related. So when we look at certain professions, whether that's accounting or legal or banking relationships, gotta go to other people. So, just to tie in all of this, I mean, when you look at a history of the United States and New Jersey, manufacturing is our destiny.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to be speaking at William Patterson tonight to the accounting students, and I will be telling them how important it is to even come out. We need cost accountants here.
Oh, yeah, very much so. That's top 5.
So
Companies looking for.
I appreciate you bringing that up. Give me something to talk about tonight to these students. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching SobelCo Insights. Please visit our YouTube channel for additional videos.